welcome to English Study Hour. Today we're talking about the topic of the family. Do you have a big family? Do you know every relative in your extended family? Let's learn the very important vocabulary which we always use when we talk about our families. And the first word for today is to be named after or to name after. It means to get the name of a person, of another person from your family. Let's look at the first example. Jack was named after his grandfather and he likes his name a lot. Jack was named after his grandfather. Most probably his grandfather was an amazing man, and when Jack was born, his family decided to give him a name of his grandfather. So Jack was named after his grandfather. And the second example, we're going to name our niece after our mother because we think our mother's name is very beautiful. We're going to name our niece after our mother. Name somebody after another person means that we're going to give a name of our mother to a baby girl, to a newly born child, to our niece. Number 2, to bring someone up. To bring someone up means to raise a child, to teach a child to behave well in the society, to teach a child rules of the society, to give information about what is right and what is wrong. To teach a child how to act and behave. Let's look at the first example. My sister and I were brought up in a big city. That's why we aren't affected by its noise and crowds. We were brought up in the big city. Bring up, simple present. Brought up, simple past. In this case, we have a passive form because we didn't teach ourselves, we didn't raise ourselves, our parents did it. So we were brought up, passive form in the past. We were brought up in a big city. It means our parents raised us, gave us education, gave us the basic knowledge about life and society in a big city. Because of this, we don't have any problems living in a big city among the crowds, and we are happy here. And the second example, Jane wants to bring up her son on a farm. She thinks it is much better there than in a big city. Jane thinks that bringing up her child on a farm is way better. She thinks that to bring up her son on a farm will be healthier for him. To bring up her son means to raise him, to give him knowledge about life, about behavior, about how to act in the society correctly. So to bring him up, to bring up her son. Number 3, look up to. When we look up to another person, we respect, we deeply respect, we admire that person, we appreciate, we value his or her opinion a lot. Let's look at the first example. Nick has always looked up to our uncle. That's why he decided to become a doctor as well. Nick has always looked up to our uncle. Nick has looked up to our uncle means that Nick has always admired and respected a lot our uncle. Our uncle was a role model for Nick, and he appreciated our uncle's opinion a lot. He looked up to our uncle. And the second example, Tina is a role model for me to look up to. She has achieved everything in her life by herself. Tina is a role model for me to look up to admire, to respect a lot, to appreciate Tina's opinion, to appreciate her thoughts. She's a role model for me. I look up to Tina. Number 4, live up to. To live up to, it means to realize, to fulfill someone else's ideas, someone else's expectation about your life, about your success. To be as good as other people want you to be. Let's look at the first example. Number 1. Ricky has never failed to live up to his father's expectation. Ricky is a famous professor now. To live up to his father's expectations. It means his father expected Ricky to be very successful, and Ricky has become successful. So he lived up to his father's expectations. And the second example, the profit of this shop hasn't lived up to our expectations this month. The profit of this shop is very low, so we say it hasn't lived up to our expectations. We expected a higher profit. We were thinking of earning more money. However, it didn't happen. This plan hasn't been realized. So the profit of this shop hasn't lived up to our expectations. And the last one for today, number 5, to fall out with someone. To fall out with someone means to have an argument, to disagree with this person, and as a result of this argument, of this disagreement, to stop communicating with this specific person. Let's look at the first example. Jim fell out with Roy over their goals in life 10 years ago. Jim is a successful manager now, and Roy is still looking for a job. Jim fell out with Roy. So he had an argument with his friend about their goals, about their life goals. And they had such a huge argument that they stopped communicating with each other. So Jim fell out with Roy. He had an argument with Roy and stopped communicating with Roy as a result of this argument. And the second example, Jane fell out with her sister last month because Jane decided to move away from their hometown to have more career opportunities. Jane fell out with her sister last month. Jane argued. Jane had a conversation, a serious conversation and a disagreement with her sister, and as a result of this disagreement, Jane stopped communicating with her sister. So Jane fell out with her sister. That's all for today. Today we have spoken about 5 important words, phrasal verbs, which we use when we are talking about our families. I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you found this video useful, like it, comment, and subscribe. See you!